The Manpower Minister also says that for every one employment pass holder added between 2005 and 2020 in Singapore, there were more than 3 local PMEs who joined the workforce. Dr. Tan says overseas firms give more good jobs to locals, even when they also employ foreign workers. Isabel Lim explains.
Right now, there are around 177,000 employment pass holders in Singapore. Close to half are in 3 sectors: manufacturing and construction, infocomm and professional services, and finance. The finance and infocomm sectors alone make up 40%. Yet the growth of local PMEs still exceeds that of EP holders in these 2 sectors. In infocomm, it was by about 40%, and in finance by more than 4 times. These numbers were revealed by Manpower Minister Dr. See Leng, who was refuting claims that CECA displaces local workers.
While we have a good Singaporean talent pool, our pool is not large enough to fulfill all of the needs, the breadth and the depth of these enterprises. And very often, foreigners also bring in skills which complement Singaporeans' skill sets as well. So the misconception is that if we said no to the foreigners coming in, and the misconception people think is that these jobs they would have taken would therefore all go to Singaporeans. Today, even as we speak, we still have 22,000 PME jobs that are not filled.
The government's stand is to help Singaporeans compete fairly with a range of work pass controls. For work permit and S-pass holders, it has tightened quotas and raised levies. The minimum qualifying salary for S-pass holders increased by about 25% in the last decade. For employment passes, minimum qualifying salaries went up by more than 60% over the decade to $4,500. The financial services sector is higher at $5,000. Dr. Tan also refutes claims that foreign dependents have automatic rights to work in the country. They will have to qualify for a work pass on their own merits.
There are limits as to how far we can tighten our controls without eventually hurting Singaporeans. With remote working becoming more prevalent, companies increasingly do not need to site their manpower in Singapore. In fact, we may find more businesses simply choosing to move entire business functions offshore. If it becomes too difficult, onerous, or expensive to operate here, Singaporeans will end up with the shorter end of the stick as well by losing some jobs too.
In the meantime, he says there is a slew of initiatives to help Singaporeans be competitive by upgrading their skills. For instance, the Skills Future and Career Conversion programs. These give job training to Singaporeans and also help those who are retrenched move to new sectors.